Okay, wonderful people, welcome back to this wonderful channel where we bring you back updates and information as it is hot. In case it's your first time of joining us on this wonderful channel, go ahead and subscribe to our channel. No time to waste time as it is hot. Make I carry you go to the Ogbonge news where we say Naim bring me come here. Nnamďi Kanu drags DSS Director General to court over refusal to release his medical records, disobedience to orders. Also, Taylor. Meanwhile, everybody don't know say Nigeria and a country where we say they know the obey court order. Today itself, waiting they call them P2V and the rest. They take Oga Tinubu to court, and you all know what thing go happen there. They no need to tell you whether justice will prevail or not. As long as this nation is concerned, there is no justice. Make we go down to that news of Nnamďi Kanu so that you can see what is actually happening there. Nnamďi Kanu, the lieutenant leader of the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB, has sued the Director General of the Department of State Service DSS, Mr. Yusuf Magaji Bichi, for alleged refusal to release his medical records with the DSS in-house medical doctors as ordered by the court. Kanu's lawyer, Ifeanyi Ejiofor, who made this known in a statement, said that His Lordship Justice Bintanyako of the Federal High Court, July 20th, directed the DSS to, among others, avail Kanu of his full medical records from June 21, 2021 to date. Ejiofor said that although Kanu has been examined by medical doctors of his choice outside the facility of the DSS, his medical records with the DSS in-house medical doctors are yet to be released to him to enable his choice medical doctors make a holistic, informed recommendation on his further prescriptions and plausible medical solutions. Our last check on the extant act of the National Assembly that created the institution of the State Security Service revealed that no section of the law provided for the institution DSS to be above the law. Intrinsically, the DSS is under a binding obligation to obey the orders and judgment of the courts. He stressed that the DSS is not in a position of hand-pick orders and judgment of the court of law to obey and those to flaunt with impunity. Otherwise, why was the DSS quick to remand Kanu in their custody on the 29th day of June 2021 upon an order granted by the same judge who has now directed them to avail Kanu of his medical records, and they have failed to comply with the later order? Ejiofor added that recently, the personnel of the DSS have extended their acts of lawlessness by denying Onyendu access to visitors of his choice, in clear violation of subsisting court order. However, our erudite lead counsel, Mr. Mike Ozekumesan, has sworn into action by commencing contempt proceeding against the Director General of the DSS to demand immediate compliance with all the court orders that DSS is currently violating with impunity. He said that efforts are currently underway by our erudite lead counsel, Professor Mike Ozekume, to secure an imminent date for the hearing of the appeal at the Supreme Court following the cancellation of the earlier scheduled date of the 14th September 2023. We shall formally communicate to members of the public once a new date is sourced. My people, una hula no po jeme, una hula no po jeme n'obodo. Asina obodo na adlo n'udo. No ọnwụ ike na-emelụ falụ, ife ọjọọ na-emelụkwanụ falụ. The Nigerian obodo has become a country where the rule of law is not obeyed. The other time, the Nigerian Prison Service, Bureau of Correction, and the DSS were fighting over who will be in custody of MFL, the suspended governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria. And when I look into some of these things, I began to wonder, why is there any gain, any special gain that these people will be getting in keeping MFL, the suspended governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria? Because the both parties were fighting. The Bureau of Correction was fighting with the DSS, and the DSS said that they are the one that is going to keep MFL in their custody. And the Bureau of Correction, the prisons, said they are the one that is supposed to keep MFL in their custody. According to the judgment of the court has given a decree that MFL be remanded in the correctional center, that's the prison, the Bureau of Correction. But DSS started a fighting for this man, that they are the one that is supposed to keep him in custody. Then the question here is, what is actually going on? Because it looks as if corruption has gotten to the root of Nigeria, to its root, not only on the leaves, but as it stands now, corruption has actually become the root of everything that is happening in this nation. Because number one, the court order is not being obeyed in anywhere. Now, let's go back to what is currently happening between Nnamďi Kanu and the DSS. When Kanu was remanded in the DSS custody, according to agreement, they agreed that he will be given the opportunity to visit three choice persons during his visiting time. And also, the court granted that Kanu should be given the ability, the freedom to go for his medical checkups. The DSS refused concerning that one. Even when Sowore, the AAC candidate for presidential election, when he came to visit Kanu, after hours, he was denied entry. And everybody knew that Kanu was supposed to speak to three people of his choice. And this issue has begun to raise dust. Some people are now asking, since the DSS has not been allowing people to see Nnamďi Kanu, what is actually happening? Is he still alive? Is he still in good condition? Is he still okay? Is his health condition okay? Is he still speaking? Is he still seeing? Is he still like a normal human being? What is actually happening? And this is the questions that have been in the mind of the people, the Biafrans, the people in the southeastern part of Nigeria. The question is, what is actually happening? What is actually going on? And the country has become a country where the rule of law is not being obeyed. The judiciary is bended, the legislature is bended, the executive is bended, and it looks as if the executive is the one that controls all the three arms of the government. Meanwhile, we were meant to understand that executive is a separate office on their own, the legislature is a separate office of their own, and the judiciary is a separate office of their own. But what they do is that they work hand in hand to complement each other. And another of their work is for checks and balances. And now, these checks and balances is not being carried out because it looks as if the executive has an upper hand, has a controlling hand over the legislature and the executive. And the reason for these things is because of greediness in a country where people, citizens of a country, don't want their country to move forward. Because had it been that the office of the chief judge of the federation is by merit, you give it to who merits it. The office of what is it called also is, if it is by merit and not the way because your friend is there or someone you know, you start lobbying, start bribing, start lobbying until they will carry you and put into that office. When they put you into that office, you find out that you will not be able to talk again. No matter what happens, you will keep quiet because they handpicked you and say, okay, become our chief judge. I'm giving you that opportunity. And you yourself already know why this man has given you this opportunity, that his aim is so that you can defend him when he is falling. Meanwhile, I'll be winding down the curtain here, and if this is the first time where we say they join us for this wonderful channel, kindly go ahead and subscribe, like, comment, and share. Thank you for listening. God bless you.